What is this? Hello and welcome, this is Giraffe Reaction Zone, this is Water 7 Enies Lobby Saga. Slowly, I think, finishing this saga. We're getting Sanji, and Usopp, Liobe. Yes, they are the main heroes of this episode. They will be fighting the CP9, the same literary guy, and let's see what happens. If Sanji can redeem himself for what he did with our Khalifa, can Usopp do something, show us something with the CP9 member? Definitely check it out. In the power level section also, I'm gonna first time take a guess of the gear to Luffy. Yes, if you are really interested in the power level section, I'm gonna justify Usopp, Sogeking, Jabra the CP9, and Monkey the Luffy gear to enjoy. Episode 297. We having a general panic. She's running downstairs towards Luffy. He is so weak, he have no chance. If Robin had handcuff off, that would be all over already. Luffy is just ahead. Oh wow. Oh yeah, this is his weapon who eat the devil fruit. Who's dumb, man? Who is dumb? So far in the entire series, I do not see any characters who is dumber than Spandam actually. Not even single one. Oh, Chopper is saved. Both of you took out one CP9 member. The weakest ones though, the three strongest are still there. Frank is out of cola anyway. If I would be him, I will go back to kitchen refill again. Yeah. Seems to be okay. I'm not trusting her judgment. I'm even more worried when she said he's okay than he would say opposite. She is not a reliable person. She is good train operator, that's all. Poor Chopper. Ah, so he's okay. So that's his idea. That's his agenda. He just bring in the keys what they get to Luffy or Robin. Go. We will all gather at the gates of justice. I do like, yeah, she'd pick up that from Zoro, definitely, isn't it? Zoro is ready to fight. Yeah, those two, yeah, they are safe. Be careful, Zoro, it's a giraffe. Yeah! It is not that easy to deal. I think it's better if he will go after Wolf. It's easier target. Yeah, three swords straight away. Yeah, it's no time to fooling around. Those two are... Yeah, they have no chance. Holy shit. Square-shaped hole. I don't wanna kill people. That's definitely a trap again. Yeah, Nami is not buying it at all yet. I mean, you'd have to pick up that key anyway. Yeah, Usopp wasn't cautious at all. Come on, Usopp. You are the best in dealing with lies. Well, he wants to really fight with him. No chance, Usopp. You have to run. Sunflower style, what's that? Holy moly. No chance, Usopp. Whoa! Shockwave blew Nami away. Is he still alive? Yeah. Giraffe is not that easy to handle that you can do two of them at the same time. Nami, do something! Zoro cannot do much unless Usopp gonna do something about what? Yes! Yes! Finally, the redemption! Road to redemption for Sanji! So far he did nothing. Can somebody give first aid to Usopp? Please? Nami? You're the best person to give him first aid. A hunter comes in! Nami, first aid. Ah, the water from the bath. As I said, the bath is not that tough to destroy him. Those two are fighting and Sanji just goofy. I gave him Road to Redemption, but if he's gonna take that opportunity or not. Yeah. That's good wording, Sanji. Yeah, Luffy's still fighting. Wow. What, he's using his CP9 techniques now, you think? What do you think, guys? Nah, they're still playing, both of them. Luffy, I think you need to start taking things seriously. Yeah. You cannot deal with giraffes, Zoro, sorry. Definitely not if you're not gonna go all out. Yeah, so Frankie, instead of coming to them, help them run away, he just getting more deep with Robin. Who's gonna save the others, isn't it? Pastor Call is approaching. Slowly. How they gonna run away? Well, with this puffing Tom train who have no brakes? Maybe they can steal some of the Navy ship if they come. If they can defeat the Vice Admirals. But knowing their state after the CP9 fight, they probably gonna be exhausted, I guess. As long as we have you, we can save Robin for sure, Usopp. Because everybody are busy, so he is the only one, and he needs to think how to save Robin. Yeah, Sanji literally treats Sogeking as Usopp. He scrubbed the whole shell, and Usopp is full of regrets. Looks like he's trying to give up again and leave the crew again. Maybe that's what I'm getting the vibes. However, Sanji was using kind of smart words to give hope to Usopp and tell him literally that he still can do something about. Don't know what Nami is planning to do, if she's gonna join the fight. She was terrified like Usopp with those two. Obviously Nami and Usopp have no chance to fight those two. Especially when there is a giraffe. Zoro, I'm slowly thinking that Zoro may need some kind of a head to fight giraffe. Wolf is, I don't know. Sanji definitely not gonna fall for the trap because I'm assuming it's gonna be Wolf versus Sanji. And Frankie probably gonna take down Spandam if somehow he can pass through Lucci. In another episode, don't forget to like, subscribe. Another episode. Episode 278, let's go. Usopp start to think what he can do with the current situation. He has Nami to help though, so he's not literally alone because Zoro and Sanji gonna be occupied in fights unless they're gonna help them somehow with the fights. It's 2v2 basically. The problem is that there's a giraffe, quite capable one and tough one. Okay. Interesting. That's a high level attack. Let's see how Sanji can counter it. We can save her as long as they have me. What the hell is that statement? Nah, Sanji is a tough one. Bang! He have quite strong kicks now. He wasn't that strong before. So everybody's getting the power up, yeah? 10-finger pistols. That was also strong attack. Sanji, how you can handle that strong attacks? Now I know what you guys telling me about power-ups because it's impossible that Sanji can make such a effect on this guy. Holy moly! He's unleashing! Yeah, but when he's using this iron body, Sanji cannot do much. Yeah, the CP9 techniques are still tough. Who can move while using iron body? Interesting. Another trap. Of course it's a trap. Little sister. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. We saw her flashback from O'Hara. Yeah, she definitely had an elder brother. Definitely. Most definitely. Yeah. I'm buying it. Hell yeah, Wolf. The most stupid trap ever. And you not even go back from your devil fruit form. How? Yeah, of course, this kind of a flashback. Yeah. Of course, West Blue. Okay, at least he knows that much, that she's from West Blue. How stupid this is! Don't forget all of his insults towards Giraffe. Die, puppy! That's good! Proper Sanji. Sanji is not the one to be tricked like that. And he got the key. Try to make it more believable. Sanji's having upper hand on that guy. How? When he got all of a sudden that stronger? What did he do to get that strong? Come on, man. Just get out from the screen. I want to see the fight. Sanji! Maybe Giraffe gonna go join the crew. Who knows? Luffy, it's time to do whatever it takes, not just state whatever you do. Words are weaker than action. Gatling and nothing. 2 attacks at the same time, combination of attacks. Luffy is combining loads of attacks. He never fought that hard. Yeah, he got the key. See you later. It still would be better to give him some kind of punishment. He nicely done. He avoided the iron body. What is this? Holy moly, Sanji! Oh, clean hit! He lost his cigarette. Holy moly! Holy moly! But he's alright. He is alright! Destroy this puppy, Sanji. So, what's gonna happen now? Stop talking with him! What's this? What's that? Devil's food! First time seeing something like that! What is this? What is this? What, it burns? How? Holy shit! What just happened? Holy shit! Alright! He's feeling so much pain! Moonlight 10-finger pistol, alright. He got him with one hand. Is for finishing you off? Holy shit. What is happening? How? God creates food. And the devil creates spice. Holy shit, what that even mean? Holy shit! What just happened? I don't know. How Sanji all of a sudden got so much stronger during this small period of time? Because I do believe, and this is what I was thinking, that in the train when he was fighting Bluno, that was his strongest form. That was his somewhat power-ups. But on the other side, this fight with Bluno is still fitting his older strength. The thing what's bugging me right now with Sanji, his power-up, is that there was not much time to improve for so much, and yeah, there is not much reasoning, because he didn't believe Robin from the very beginning. He went after Robin straight away. Okay, he fails. He rescued Sogeking, Usopp, and that's it. And he was all of a sudden sad. So what? When he joined forces with Luffy, all of a sudden he got stronger? It kind of fishy. Something smelly here. I don't know what. I'm sure you're gonna let me know in a comment what was the purpose, how it is works. Hopefully anything which can be relevant for me to understand how Sanji improvements. And now, holy shit, this Diable Jambe is spinning enough? Is he that fast that he can make his leg literally burning? Because the hits, okay, probably the same strength happened like you within Diable Jambe and before, because he was almost breaking the iron body of Jabra. Yes, and now when he add on top the heat, Jabra literally couldn't withstand it. And I like it. I like the option. I like the development, what's going with Sanji, that I'm definitely going for it. I'm rooting for Sanji a lot. However, I would like to know more info. Maybe some Oda gives something on the side. What was the main reasoning for his improvement? So let me know in a comment, and let's go to the power level section. Welcome to the power level section. I'm gonna speak about 3 characters, yes, but before that I just want to quick update what I just did, which to Khalifa and Kaku. Basically, because they both eat a devil fruit, so what I did for Khalifa, it's gonna be the same situation like I did in the past with Alvida, which is her devil fruit is not literally improved her strength. It's improved her combat ability, fighting style, etc. However, her strength remains the same, 630. In case of Kaku, Kaku eat a Zoan type devil fruit, which increased strength sometimes significantly, sometimes by a little bit. His 2200 strength, designated as his human form, become now his minimum strength. So it's 2200 plus. Okay, so far we're having 3 characters. In today's video, it's gonna be Usopp as a Sogeking. His technical power up, we will know soon why that I'm saying power up. Second character, it's gonna be the Jabra, the CP9 guy who have this devil fruit, so it's gonna be a second character. And third character, ladies and gents, Monkey D. Luffy, Gear 2. Yes, I'm gonna tell you exactly minimum and maximum strength of Gear 2. But before that, I just want to remind you quickly about the rules what we're having here. So basically we're having 3 rules which we judging all of our characters' strength, which first of all is if a character can win with another character within 1 punch, that means the character is twice stronger. If the character can win a fight without fighting seriously, 1 punch or not, he is 10 times stronger. And if the character can win with a 1 punch and at the same time not fighting seriously, he's 20 times stronger. In case when we cannot apply any of the rules but the fight is concluded, the winner's minimum strength is gonna be either maximum, minimum or average strength of the guy who lose the fight. It all depends how much wounded is the winner. Let's go back to video now. Usopp Sogeking minimum strength. We gonna go to the train situation when they were going to Enies lobby. There was a moment when Bluno appeared in the separate cards, and basically Bluno used his finger pistol on Usopp, then he used finger pistol second time, and then Usopp wasn't down yet, which means Bluno couldn't defeat Sogeking or Usopp with the 1 punch. That means Usopp as Sogeking minimum strength is gonna be half of Bluno, which is 410. That's a massive increase considering Usopp was only 55 so far. So now minimum strength 410. And in case of maximum strength of Usopp, I was really having a big thought literally for a long period of time, because there is no such rule that we can say for Usopp's maximum strength. So I will go to the second partition, Bluno. Bluno beat basically Usopp, so Usopp's maximum strength should be Bluno's minimum, average or maximum strength. However, Bluno have the only one strength, 820. I could put 820, but that will be way too much because the reasoning he was basically taken down by 2 literary finger pistols and he was okay, not down but already giving up the fight, and Bluno was still concerned more about Sanji. So according to all of those situations, what happened within the train, I will put Bluno's minimum strength as Usopp's maximum strength. However, Bluno doesn't have minimum strength, so I was giving to myself an extra thought. If Bluno would not have any kind of setup strength, I will put Bluno's minimum strength as CP9 entry point, which is 500, which means Usopp's maximum strength is gonna be 500, the entry point for CP9 level, and that will be most accurate because Usopp's main thing is not even sniping, is his durability. Durability is his strongest point, his attack is still lacking. So the reasoning why Usopp increased so much, it's because of his durability mainly. That's it. I'm gonna put Usopp strength, Usopp average strength is gonna be, ladies and gents, 455. And that's case closed. And the range is so narrow that I'm really happy with that result. Second character is Jabra, the CP9 member, technically number 3 in a CP9, one of the heavy hitters within CP9, and one of the 3 Zoan Devil Fruit. The top 3 of CP9 actually having a Zoan fruit which increases their strength. That's why we have to justify, I have to justify them from the beginning. I just know the minimum strength set up by the One Piece, which is 2180 minimum strength, and I'm not gonna change that at all. I'm gonna focus only on his maximum strength. So this is very hard actually because Jabra has not shown us very much, so I'm gonna go to his fight with Usopp, a brief fight, and that's a hard point because we have like 2 encounters only. The first time when he attacked with a 1 punch and Usopp was technically down, and that was like a named attack. And then we got in later on when he used a barrages of attack but unnamed, which means it was just plenty of attacks, unserious, and then finally he beat him up because Usopp literally gave up. And to be fair, I cannot really find any of the rules because I'm not giving him that he cannot beat Usopp with 1 punch because that would be less than his minimum strength. However, Usopp withstanded only because of his high durability. So what I decided to put, because those 2 attacks means he cannot beat down Usopp with 1 attack. Okay, fine, but that's not really important. The most important is that the very first attack was a named attack, which means without fighting seriously, he couldn't really beat him up because he beat him up with a combination of a named attack. And that is direction which I'm gonna use because I'm gonna tell that Jabra cannot beat Usopp without fighting seriously. I know it's a little bit too much, but that's like 10 times stronger. So Jabra would be maximum strength would be 10 times Usopp's because he went all out, he used named attack, and he beat him up shortly after using unserious attack, but he used serious attack, which means he was fighting with him seriously from the start, and that damage helped him out to beat Usopp later on. So I'm gonna set Jabra's maximum strength as 10 times Sogeking strength, which is gonna be 4550 maximum strength. So combining all together, and that gives average strength, ladies and gents, of 3365. And with that, I'm gonna say case closed. And finally, the big Monkey D. Luffy Gear 2, ladies and gents, minimum, average, maximum strength justified right here, right now. Yes, so minimum strength of Monkey D. Luffy Gear 2, all of those information I will be taking from his fight with Bluno. So yeah, fight between Bluno and Monkey D. Luffy, and I'm gonna go straight away to his Gear 2 form. I'm gonna skip the pre-fight when he was not fighting seriously, we can call it that way. So, basically, don't forget that this was a beginning of the Youth Gear 2, so he was not having the grasp of it yet. I'm speaking about Luffy. He was not using his full potential from the Gear 2. However, the bazooka literally destroys Bluno. Yes. Also, he has so many other attacks, but because he wasn't fully set up, so I'm gonna go a little bit more advanced here, and I'm gonna give Luffy extra credit than what he performed here. So even though Luffy was needed plenty of attacks, even in Gear 2, I'm gonna treat that Luffy win with Bluno with a one punch. Simply because that was his first time using Gear 2. So I do believe in the next fight he will establish that kind of minimum strength. If not, I'm gonna go back. But that's my brief idea. So minimum strength of Monkey D. Luffy is gonna be 1640. I'm probably gonna do that several times, the Gear 2 adjustments later on in the series, so this is just the beginner thoughts. Yes, maximum strength of Monkey D. Luffy Gear 2. Again, I'm gonna go to the Bluno because that was the only fight when actually he showed us Gear 2. So what I can get, and I'm gonna give a rules here again from the rules, because with those barrages of attacks, he was using so many named attacks, and that's the key thing. That means I'm gonna treat that Luffy, still I'm gonna give him that credit, yes. That's why I'm trying to justify a maximum strength in a wider range, not super. I'm gonna excuse you for a second, I have an alarm here, one moment. Alright, I'm back. I just had to turn off the Owen. So the maximum strength, just still giving him an extra credit, I'm gonna say that Luffy do not beat up Bluno without fighting seriously with many punches. So I'm gonna say that Luffy's maximum strength is 10 times Bluno's. And Bluno have 820, I probably should say that earlier. So Luffy's maximum strength within Gear 2 is gonna be 8200. And that gives, ladies and gents, average strength of Monkey D. Luffy Gear 2 as 4920. And don't forget, this is the broad range. I'm gonna adjust that later on. This is just the first encounter, first touch on Gear 2. Which means for now I'm saying case closed, but later on when he shows us more Gear 2 we probably will shrink it down, because I'm always looking for the smallest range possible to make my justification so damn correct. Alright, let's go to see how they ranking in our power rankings, because we have already 149 characters justified. So, starting with Usopp as a Sogeking, he's positioned 48. He literally fits within top 50 characters of One Piece series so far. It's at the very end, but damn, he pushing down Pauli from 50th position to 51. He is getting 2 towers. He is the Grand Line Monster, even though I do believe Grand Line Monster will actually scare Usopp. However, he is capable of that. Also faster than a bullet, but this is not really that he can dodge the bullet, because I do not believe. Maybe he already took 2 finger pistols basically and he will stand the attack. So that means his durability is high enough to withstand the attack. That's what I'm more thinking. Instead of faster than a bullet, just the bullet don't means too much for him, unless it's not a big amount of them, obviously. So yeah, his strength is comparable to Eric the Whirlwind, which is basically the level from where faster than a bullet rank comes in, because it's from 450. 449, I did small exception to Dalton because he literally dodged the bullets on the Drum Island when he was fired at him. So he is the new borderline for faster than a bullet, and he's literally 6 pointers above that. So he's barely faster than a bullet. Don't forget that the other characters are gonna be faster. And which is the best possible comparison is the Kuro. Captain Kuro is just above Usopp right now with a strength of 466. Literally still in that our current Usopp Sogeking, if he will be in his own island with that strength, that will be a barrage of fight between Usopp and Kuro. Still, Kuro having an upper hand, especially when he uses this technique, when he's making himself invisible. He's slowly approaching Kuro level, however, he is not there yet after the power up. Speaking of it, which characters Usopp actually could shoot down one punch, because that will be twice weaker than Usopp. So that will be literally characters below Foxy level who technically will have a big trouble fighting Usopp. Don't forget Usopp have his hammer probably in his exposure, 5-ton hammer, all of the techniques, the shooting, he's super fast still, he's a very good runner. So we have characters like Sodom and Gomorrah Saba, that's a really interesting one if Usopp can actually win the fight with that. Might be hard for Usopp, that will be, but I still make it impossible because one of them was actually taken down by the cannon though. Mr. Tree, which might be really hard for Mr. Tree to overcome Usopp's strength, new acquired strength. Tashigi even from Smoker, here Usopp might pull something out. So that's for now about Usopp. Let's go to the next character, which is Jabra, but I can't do again the same thing with Monkey D. Luffy at the same skin. Hopefully it will fit, I'm not sure now, I'm not editing right now, but hopefully, because Jabra is getting position 13, however, I may really consider him dropping back to position 14, because Kaku also got a Devil Fruit with his strength of 3365. In case of Monkey D. Luffy Gear 2, his position 10, so he gave up back in the top 10 spot. Jabra is one of the strongest within CP9. He is stronger, as I predicted before, than the giants on the Enies lobby, this Oimo and Kashi. They are a giants, but they, as you guys saying, they not showing us much of a fight, they just a big bodies. That's it. Anybody who are not stronger than the steel, basically Jabra can win with ease, most likely. However, don't forget about Logia type devil users. I like Smoker. I don't know how this will actually end up because he will be not able to hit them. So again, it's really dependent of the situation. In case of the pure strength, he's exceeding Smoker, I do believe. It's not Smoker on this screen, but Smoker is 1059. He is just below the Blackbird, and by Blackbird he is below by a lot in my opinion, because Blackbird has his minimum strength only justified, and his minimum strength is already higher than Jabra strength. Okay, let's go to the Monkey D. Luffy. Now he is position 10. Obviously, both of those characters getting all of the titles as now, so they are a Grand Line Monster level. They are faster than a bullet and stronger than steel. So Monkey D. Luffy surpassing with his gear 2 the wild version of Chopper. So Chopper basically in his monster form could do some damage with Jabra actually. So I'm not so sure why Jabra was so calm when they noticed Chopper with his monster form getting into the room. However, at that point, even Zoro mentioned that Chopper life is fading off. He almost catching Luffy Gear 2, which is amazing because it's basically 60 pointers out of almost 5,000, because 1% of 5,000 is literally 50 and this is 60, so it's like Luffy Gear 2 is 1% stronger than Jopper speak. Luffy is also stronger than a Blackbeard's minimum strength, but again, with somebody having a minimum strength here, we need to compare their minimum strength, and Nami and Luffy's minimum strength is way weaker than Blackbeard. Unfortunately, it's like almost 3 times, so I'm not really fancy that fight because I do believe Blackbeard at the moment still is stronger. But Luffy's range is still unfinished and it's very wide, so maybe we can narrow it down that he will have a chance with Blackbeard. Who knows? And he is just below Nola, yesterday's image poll which I created, who would be stronger, Nola or Chopper. So that's really that level of the creatures Luffy Gear 2 is, and after them is obviously the giant pirates, but the difference is quite significant, and surprisingly above them is Rob Lucci. How he's gonna deal with Rob Lucci, I don't know. However, on the other side, Rob Lucci's range is also very wild, and maybe it's gonna be shrink down. Alright, I'm talking for way too long for now, so I hope you guys enjoyed that justification. I hope you guys like it, subscribe it, hit that bell, and see you in the next video. Hell yeah! Gear 2!